Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me. We're making a nice festive punch today. It's non-alcoholic, so it's good for everyone. So either sit back and relax or have a go at making it with me. But I'll go through every step. But please do leave your messages, say who you are, where are you watching from, any questions you have. Feel free to ask away. I'm a chatterbox and I do like receiving your comments. So do have a look at that. Right, now, I've gone for something that I felt had nice festive flavours, but it wasn't going to break the bank. And typically things that you may have in the kitchen, a couple I get aren't, but they're not too bad. And also the quantities you have to buy things in means that actually you've got enough to make this punch again. So if I go through the ingredients, I've got grape juice. Now I've tried this twice now, one with still grape juice. So this one is a white grape, pear and apple. And I've also tried it with a Schlur grape juice, a white grape juice, and that's fizzy. So either's fine. I've also got some ginger beer. Now, my husband bought this one and it was a bit more expensive, but you've got just ginger beer for really cheap, kind of the big ones, you know? So you don't have to go for anything exciting with that, just a ginger beer. And I've got some sparkling water. Again, not too costly on that. And you get loads, so you can use that at the Christmas dinner table as well for serving up. So I'm trying to give things that give you a few options. It does have a bit of mixed spice. I have huge things of spices because I use them all the time. But hopefully this is the kind of thing you'd have in your cupboard. Now, if you don't, you could use a mixture of other spices, and I'll go through that when we get to that. Some sugar, granulated or castor, whichever you have is fine. And then to add the kind of, wow factor, I've got some pears, I've got some lemons, and some pomegranate, which I actually like in a salad myself. So any extras are going into that. And some rosemary that I've just cut from the garden. But these are optional. You could add different things if you wanted to, and I'll work our way through what other options. And if you've got any suggestions, please feel free to add those too. So without further ado, let's crack on. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slice my pear. Now, for this, I've got a jug, a nice, it's heavy actually, cut glass jug. You could use a punch bowl, which is what I did the other day to drinks I had, or the jug, whichever you prefer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these rounds of pear to the jug or your bowl, whichever you want. So I've just cut them relatively thinly, and they will add to the flavour, and it's also really pretty. So I think I've said 2 pears. If you've just got the one, stick the one in. Or feel free to add more. Hang on, let's get this cut without taking my fingers off. There we go. So I've not taken the centre out or anything. This is as they are, and they're just going to go straight in. And I'm just going to cut that one down a bit and add that. Now these are quite hard pears. They're not overly ripe, they're not mushy. I would say if you have the choice, go for the harder ones. Now I don't know about you, but with pears I always find that whenever I go to eat a pear, it's always too hard. Well, that's perfect for this. So use those 2 hard pears in your cocktail. And again, I got these, they are just the basic range. I think they were pence. They weren't expensive. So again, don't go all out on buying expensive pears. They will be just as good like this. Now, if you wanted to be really fancy and you've got lots of time spare, you could, if you wanted to, maybe put a few of them, slices, into the oven and bake them with maybe a bit of sugar over it and crystallize it to add to the edge of your glass, or you could just leave one out, maybe. Score it down the middle, like so. I get a glass. You see that? Let's bring you down a bit. You could just pop it over the edge like that. So I'm going to leave that one out so we can top that. And I've got another glass, so I will put another one ready to use on that glass. And the remainder I shall put into the jug. Now, with your lemon, again, oh, hello, we've got, Catherine's got a gloomy lesson. It is a gloomy day today, isn't it? The heating has gone on full today, but I think the ovens have been off for a bit. I've been doing other things. A lot of prep work for my last Christmas event, but the ovens needed to be on today for heat. Right, so the lemon, again, I'm doing in rounds, and I'm just doing thin slices. Again, if you just have the one lemon, I'm slicing one lemon. The other lemon, I'm going to squeeze the juice in. But if you only have one lemon, just do half in slices and half in juice. You know, this is kind of, it's not a science, this one. This is taste. So you don't have to have it a certain way. You can have it to how you like it. So if you're not a big fan of lemon, don't put it all in. Just put a little bit in. It's not like when you bake a cake and if you get the ingredients wrong, it will sink. So I'm just popping all those in. Now I've got a few pips, so I'm just going to remove those if they look like they're going to fall out of my slices, like so. Now, I will admit, I haven't actually done this in this jug. I've used a punch bowl every time, and as I'm filling it, I'm thinking, it might need to be in a bigger jug, but we'll see. We'll see. I can always change it if we need it in something bigger. We'll start off with this and see how we go. So that is all the fruit into my jug. And then we're going to add some sugar to this. So I'm just going to open this up, and you want to get the right spoon, making lots of noise as I can. I've got a tablespoon. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar in with my fruit. And I said, feel free to use caster sugar or granulated sugar. And hi, Karen. There we go. And with that, the mixed spice. Now, when I tried this, I liked the flavour of the mixed spice. I could have had more of that. My friend had the mixed spice and she went, I think there's too much of that. So again, how much do you like mince pies and that kind and Christmas cake and things? If you like your spiced kind of food, you're fine with it. If you don't like it so much, just add a little less. And we're going to add a teaspoon. So make sure it's level, unless you really like mixed spice, in which case, heap it in. So there we go, teaspoon of mixed spice. Now, I did say I would come up to variations. If you don't have mixed spice, you could add a pinch of nutmeg, a pinch of ginger, a pinch of cinnamon, or whichever of those that you like the most. It's completely up to you. I think for Christmas, if you've got a bit of cinnamon, make sure that goes in. Could you make your own mixed spice? Yes, absolutely, you can. So you beat you to it. So yeah, whatever you have is absolutely fine. And all I'm doing is just, this is actually a bit easier in a bowl, but I thought we'd go with a pretty jug instead. But yeah, just mix it around the fruit. Shall I move to a bowl? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So just give it a little bit of a mix up. Hopefully you can see it. I think it will show itself more when we're past that cut glass. It's at the bottom. There we go. So if I take some out, you'll just see that tipping it on. We've just got it all coated, just a little bit. So it's not all sat at the bottom now. Now, to this, I am going to add the white grapefruit. Now I had the choice out of white grape, pear and apple, white grape and peach, or I could go fizzy and get white grape, the slur type. Any are fine. I thought since I was using pear, I would go for the white grape and pear this time. But go with what you taste, because you can mix this up. You can put orange slices in if you wanted to. You're just going to keep changing the flavours a bit. So get inventive. Right, so I'm going to put 400 ml of the grape juice. There we go. So I've still got a good over half of that left. So as I said, you can make this again. It'll last you a good couple of times, or just drink grape juice. So I'm going to put that in. Yeah, that's filling it a lot faster than I thought. Don't trust me when it comes to proportions. Let's give that a stir. But I think I'm going to have to move this to a bowl. Right, there we go. And then we've got 275 of ginger ale. Let me just go and get a bowl. See, I chose prettiness over practicalities, didn't I? That was an error. So I've got a nice big bowl, but you'll be able to see all of it now. So I'll just tip it out. There we go. I hope it doesn't splash up too much. There we go. You can always serve it bit by bit in a jug, or have a larger jug. There we go. So I'll put that over there for now. This is what I served up in the other day, so I should have just done the same, really, shouldn't I? There we go. So give that a bit of a mix. So that is, just to recap in case you've just joined in, that is a couple of pears, a lemon, the sugar, a teaspoon of mixed spice, and the grape juice. And to that, I'm going to add the other lemon. Now, if you don't have lemons, you might find that you've got some lemon juice left over from pancake day, or something that you just keep in. You could use just lemon juice instead. You don't have to have another fresh lemon. So I'm just taking out the pips that don't go in. I have my mother's beautiful punch bowl from the 1970s. I'll have to use it. Yeah, you know what? It's not something that I've kept in, and actually they're really nice. Now, if your lemons are really hard and you're trying to squeeze them, roll them along the worktop before you cut them up. And just make sure you don't get any pips into that, like I just did there. That's okay. Fished it out. Or use a juicer, which I do have somewhere. Just tend to do it all with my hands, just a bit of brute strength. There we go. There we go. It's got the lemon juice in there now. Starting to smell good. Right, so give that a mix in. And as I said, we're going for the ginger beer next. So that is 275. Now I find for myself, this is the strongest part of it. So if you're not big on ginger beer, just add less. And if you do it to the same proportions that I've done, and then you think, no, it's too gingery, or I can taste too much of the grape or something, just pour a little bit extra in of the water, or the one that you don't mind so much, and just balance out the flavour until you're happy. So I'm going with, supposed to be just under 300. Yeah, we're about there. So 275 ml of the ginger beer going in. And you can see I've got loads of this left. So, you know, for anyone wanting a different drink at Christmas, but a soft drink, you've got this spare, and you've got plenty to use on another punch. I do like not wasting. I think it's good. So there we go, give that another mix. And then last ingredient is the sparkling water, and we're going to put 500 ml of sparkling water in. So do this so you can see the measurements. Although I need to see it too. There we go. There we go. So I'll pop this in. Now, if you're thinking, how far in advance can I do this? You can prepare your fruit with the sugar and the lemon juice about an hour before you serve it up. To be honest, it doesn't take that long to make. And I did it the first time, and I didn't see that there was much advantage to it, unless you don't want to be cutting things at last minute. But it's not like you're cutting garlic and things. They're nice acidic things. So it's not bad on your hands. There's not a huge smell. So personally, I would just do it as you need it. And then that's kind of all you need. For a bit of festiveness, a bit of taste, I've got the pomegranate seeds. They said I use these in my salads anyway. So this is a staple for me. But just a spoonful of them is fine. And again, I've got rosemary, which is out in the garden. Now you can buy this in the supermarket. You've got the fresh herbs. So if you like keeping fresh herbs in, or you have it in the garden, use it. If you don't have it, and you don't want expense, just don't put it in. You could always put, if you've got any cinnamon or anything, you can put that in instead, or just leave it as it is. So I've got a couple of sprigs in there. So I don't know if you can see that without it going everywhere. Let's bring it up. Can you see that? It's quite pretty, quite festive on the top. And the last ingredient is the ice. Bear with me. Oh dear. There we go. I don't have one of those fancy freezers with the ice attached. So just pop in. Gosh, I think it's all stuck together, this ice. There we go. So pop in your ice. That is a huge block, but that will separate shortly. And then I wanted to show you a few bits for the glass that you could do if you have the time and you're so inclined to do for that. Now, with the drink done, remove all this away. If you like, because I'm a bit of a sucker for festive things and occasions, and if you want to make your glass look really festive, I have the thing for you. So I've got a couple of glasses. I've got my gin glass, and I've got the highball tumbler. So what you can do is get an egg, make sure it's a line marked or pasteurized egg, because we're going to use the egg white raw. And you're going to, just get a little bowl. There you go. So I've just got a cereal bowl. So I want to be able to dip my rim into the egg white. So separate your egg. So I'm just going to crack it, move this slightly so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to put the egg white into the cereal bowl. And for this, I don't need the egg yolk. You can make custards with your egg yolk. So if you're into other recipes, make a custard with that. So egg yolk, I'm just going to put into a cup for now to keep it for another time. I make a lot of marshmallows, so I end up with a lot of egg yolks. So if I've got extra citrus fruit, I can make a nice curd with it as well. So my egg white is in the bowl. I'm not going to do anything to that. I'm just going to leave it for now. And then I'm going to get some sugar. You could use caster sugar, or you can use granulated sugar, and just put that onto a plate or another bowl. And I'm just spooning. I've got 3 dessert spoons there that I've put onto my bowl. Should have gone for a different colour plate, shouldn't I? And then you'd have seen it all. Right. And then I'm going to get my glass and I'm going to tip it upside down. Now, it's only 1 egg, so it's not going to come right up the glass. It's just going to be on the rim. Could you use brown sugar? Yes, you could. But you could use brown sugar. I'm just thinking the white sugar for this will look frosted. So there we go. So I've just coated the rim with the egg white. And then I'm going to dab it into the sugar. Now, the reason I use egg white and not water is because the egg white will act like a glue. It won't dry and become undone. That will stay on the rim of your glass. Look how pretty that is. It's so pretty. So I'm just going to do my goblet as well. But you can do this in advance. So if you want to do drinks to impress and put them on the table, it's a fun way to dress your drinks. So I'm just going to go around and just dab that into the sugar as well. There we go. I just think that's so pretty. Is it just me? I think it's lovely. So if I move these out the way, let's finish it off. Let's get the pear. Put that one on there. And I'll put that one. Oh, does it want to go? Oh, maybe not. There we go. And then you could put a sprig of rosemary into that. Like that. Bear with me. And then you want to spoon. Your children would love it. Yeah, children would love it. And it's great for all ages. And then you just want to spoon your cocktail into your... I need a better ladle, don't I? I need like a posh ladle. But spoon your cocktail into your glass. So I've got some of the lemon in there and some of the pear and a bit of pomegranate. And just, there we go. Let's do that one. And I'll just do the same with my goblet. And you can see it looks nice whether you're using highballs or wine glasses. And this is great for all ages. It's great for people driving. It's just nice and inclusive. So I really recommend this. It went down well when I did drinks the other night. So I'm being fussy with what I'm putting in. I'm like, I just want one bit more pear. I still didn't manage to get it. There we go. Let's just mix that up a bit and put some more pomegranate bits in it. There we go. There. So I'll move my big ladle out of the way. So you've got plenty in there. You can see there's enough there for a number, about easily six drinks. Put it in your highball, put it in your goblet, serve it in flutes if you want. And it makes a really nice addition to the festive table. I'm going to try some. That's really, really tasty. It's my mouth has gone dry in anticipation. It's really lovely. Yeah, that's a really nice balance of flavors because you've got the ginger in there, you've got the warmth of the spices, but you don't have anything like overpowering in it. And it's a nice long drink. It's beautiful. And also when you're drinking it and you've got that little bit of frosting on the top, you're getting that extra hit of sugar. So I really love it. If you want to do a cold cocktail or mocktail, this Christmas punch is definitely one to have a go at. And you can come back to it. Virtual Village Hall will have the link up, so come and watch the video again and tell us what you think. Try it out and see what you think to it. And if you've got a nicer bowl than mine, like that punch bowl, feel free to make it up and take a picture of your punch. But yeah, I particularly like it actually in these ones. Look, you can see the sprig of rosemary in there as well. So do enjoy making this. I think it's very festive, and hopefully it'll be something that you can have a go at this Christmas. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, have an amazing Christmas. And I'm going to drink these because no one's home to enjoy it with me yet. But I will put it in the fridge. Oh, and that is another point. It will last. So I did put it in the fridge. And obviously, if you put in the ice in it, that's going to just melt into your drink. But if you're doing it in advance, don't do it too far in advance. But if you've got extra, then just chuck it in the fridge and come back to it. It's still good. Jean says, we now have blue sky coming over in Cornwall. Blue sky? It looks about midnight here, Jean. Enjoy the blue sky. Catherine says, it looks delicious. Yeah, I think so. I think this is the new way to go. I think it's good. It's a nice one. And the kids can have some of this as well. It's not too intense with the flavours. So happy Christmas. Have a good one. And cheers. Bye, guys.